I see a lot of people online talk about VT, which is the Vanguard Total World Stock ETF, and they talk about it in terms of diversifying, moving funds maybe away from VTSAX and getting more of an international exposure. A lot of people believe that maybe American exceptionalism is coming to an end, and in order to hedge for future volatility, you want to be in world stocks. And here's my issue with it, because I'm totally for VTSAX, and I don't think Vanguard Total World Stock ETF is bad at all as well. I mean, even though VTSAX has been outperforming it for a while, things could change over time. I'm completely confident that, things will fluctuate over time. However, I think that this fund specifically, and a lot of the world ETF funds, I think that you have to take them with a grain of salt because they sound good, but when you do a deep dive into these actual world stock funds, these world stock ETFs, you see that they are positioned in very similar patterns to VTSAX or American-based ETFs that are just focused on American companies. Like, for example, Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. Yes, it's an international global stock fund. Good returns. It's VT, and it is supposed to give the investor exposure to both foreign and U.S. stocks. However, when you go down to portfolio composition, it tells you the number of stocks, which is 10,000 stocks, and you're like, wow, that's a great blend of stocks for international exposure. I'm hoping that I get some internationally heavy stocks in this portfolio. But this is far from the truth. When you look at the holding details for VT, they look almost identical to VTSAX. So for a company that's so focused on international funds, how is the entire page, the first page, just full of American companies, with the exception of a couple? But Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Facebook, and Google Class C shares, it's the exact same thing as VTSAX. And you may wonder, oh, okay, that's also because American companies are outperforming international companies. But if you look at the number of shares that these companies go after, they have a tremendous number of holdings for these particular companies. They seriously invested. And when you go down to the actual international companies that they're investing in, the number of shares that they purchase is a lot less. So it's almost like they have a weighted exposure, of course, to international companies. But if the American companies go down, this VT is going to go down tremendously as well. It's not a great hedge, in my opinion. If you go to page 2, let's see what's going on. We still have JP Morgan, Berkshire, Samsung is international, but Exxon, Walmart, and we have values that are hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars, and they got 7 figures of shares. So unless there's some sort of unicorn company that's going to take over the place of number one of Tesla or of Apple or of Google, it would have to be a lot of companies, a lot of international companies that would have to displace what you see on the first page. Because if you even move down to like 121, 130, these companies are smaller. They have much lower exposure to these companies. If they really believed in their total world stock index narrative, I think they would have been more heavy on some of these international companies, in my opinion. And I don't know what you think about this. I don't know if you have VT in your portfolio. Maybe you have another world stock fund, but I don't see how this is going to outperform VTSAX in the near future. It may in the far future, but I just don't think that this is differentiating itself much from VTSAX. I would have liked to see them put billion-dollar moves into international companies on that first page. They could consolidate a little bit, and even on the first page, the first company is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Go heavier in that. Take some of those U.S. funds and put them into international funds, but the exposure is just not there. It's not there. So let me know what you think. I always believe in VTSAX, and I'm open to world stock ETFs as well, but I need to see the portfolio composition reflect the strategy of actually going after international companies. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you have any thoughts. And yes, have a nice day.